The Fit DVR could be a clean and easy way to power your dashcam, radar detector, or car accessory. As a car enthusiast, I get to install all sorts of accessories to vehicles, and dashcams are one of my favorite accessories that I think every car should have. I typically recommend hardwiring a dashcam to a vehicle, but a lot of times this isn't for everyone. If you don't want to hardwire your dashcam or radar detector, then maybe the Fit DVR power adapter is for you. It can power two devices simultaneously and can make your install cleaner and faster. Fracking Creations, showing you the good stuff. Disclosure: this video is sponsored by Fit DVR. We also received this Fit DVR power adapter for free to review, which we do get to keep. There's no requirement on what I have to say or restrictions on what I can't say, so I will be providing my own opinions on the Fit DVR. What can the Fit DVR do? The Fit DVR is a power adapter that has two power ports that can be used to power a dashcam, radar detector, or other car accessories. Included in the kit, you get the adapter cables that will support the majority of dashcams available. Most are either using a 12-volt barrel jack or one of the 5-volt USB types like USB-C, micro USB, or mini USB. The cool thing you might not know is that the Fit DVR can power two devices simultaneously. For example, if you have a dashcam that uses USB and a radar detector that uses 12 volts, then you could power both using the Fit DVR. Here I have two dashcams set up, and I can power both using the Fit DVR, whether it is this USB powered mirror dashcam or 12 volt powered dashcam. It will work with most dashcams, including popular ones like this VFO and other USB-C dashcams too. I also like that the Fit DVR has a readout for the voltage and current usage of the device. Both the 5V and 12V output port readings show in the LCD when connected to a device. This is good stuff. Another thing to note is that if I have other car accessories that use USB power, like an aftermarket CarPlay, Android Auto, or heads-up display that is taking up the 12V socket, I can power them using this as well, thereby freeing up the 12V outlet for other uses or freeing up a USB slot in the USB charger for use to charge a phone. Note that for some barrel plug dashcams like this FindView, you may need a special cable, so make sure to check with Fit DVR support so that you get the correct one for your dashcam. As for radar detectors, you may need their RJ11 adapter cable, which is sold separately. Will the Fit DVR work in your vehicle? To determine if the Fit DVR will work in your vehicle, you will need to check to see if it has a rain sensor or sensor module behind the rear view mirror, or even a powered rear view mirror. Usually, these are systems that have a power or data cable with a removable plug that the Fit DVR can connect into. Just check on the Fit DVR listing for your make and model. There's a picture of what to look for that will be helpful. Plus, there's a listing of vehicles that are known to be compatible. You may have to remove some paneling or covers to check. I had to remove the sensor module cover in order to verify which plug type I need for the Fit DVR. In the case of this 2016 C-Class Mercedes, the panel has two pieces, and the smaller piece that clamps around the rearview mirror needs to be removed first. See how these clips lock the piece into place? I accidentally broke one of my clips, so be careful not to break yours. I first adjust the mirror to give me more room. I then carefully push the clips on both sides using the trim tool, making sure not to damage anything, including wiring. Once the clips release, it's very easy to pull the small trim out. The larger trim is easily released by first adjusting the mirror, then release by using the trim tool to gently pry it loose. Next, carefully work around the trim to fully release, then slide the trim out gently to not damage any wires. For this vehicle, there are 3 cables for the modules. I used the Fit DVR images and specs to see which module the plug should come from and how many pins it should have. All I need to do is disconnect the plug by pressing on the release clip and gently working the plug out. Sure enough, there is one 4-pin cable available as expected, and now I confirmed which Fit DVR kit I need. Note that I also made sure the vehicle is turned completely off for a few minutes before doing this. I don't want the vehicle to think the sensors stopped working when I unplugged the cable. This might cause some error codes to be thrown by the vehicle. How to install Fit DVR. Next, I plugged the vehicle sensor cable into the Fit DVR Y cable. Then the matching plug of the Y cable is plugged into the sensor of the vehicle. There's only one way this will plug in, so I don't think anyone can get that wrong. Plug the round 8-pin connector of the Y cable into the FitDVR cable by matching the slot. Once it clicks into place, I'm all set to power my dashcam or accessory. I plug in the appropriate cable to the dashcam and then plug the other end into the FitDVR. Turn the vehicle into accessory mode to check that everything is working as expected. With everything working, turn the vehicle back off, secure any loose cables, replace the trim, then mount the FitDVR. That's all there is to installing the FitDVR. Clean and easy. Anything else to know about FitDVR? An important point to consider before getting the FitDVR is whether you need parking mode or not for your dashcam. Since the sensors of the vehicle will not be powered when the vehicle is turned off, this also means that the FitDVR does not get power when the vehicle is turned off. Without power, a dashcam will not be able to run when the vehicle is turned off, so parking mode recordings will not work. If you need parking mode, then the FitDVR is not for you and you will have to hardwire your dashcam. Next is to note the max power output of the FitDVR is 3 amps for 5V USB and 2 amps for the 12V port. I've been told by FitDVR that the adapter can supply up to this max simultaneously. That's not too bad. If using up to 5 amps in total from the FitDVR, I'm not sure if it will cause the fuse for the sensor module to blow or not, since we are in fact pulling more power from the same power line. So these are some things to note when considering getting the FitDVR. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share it to get YouTube to promote it more. It really helps our channel grow. Subscribe for more good stuff to come.